Welcome into Magical You. I'm going to talk about this podcast all about 2026. It is exciting times coming here. Before I started, I channeled, I went into the energy, and the biggest thing I got was shebang. Like that's what I get. I get this, and I'm seeing this volcano of explosion pretty much coming from all areas of the earth. So I'm seeing it internally, I see it on the outside, and I see it in our lives and on the outside of our lives. So I'm going to share with you what I see coming here. Now, know that I've had a podcast. I was just telling somebody here, I've had a podcast, I think 20 years. And think about now, things are happening so fast. We live in pretty much Star Wars where you have an alien next to, AI, and it wasn't like that many years ago. So for me, this has been so fascinating to watch just the world go by and all this new energy. And this year, out of all these years that I've been predicting, been seeing things, been channeling, been doing thousands of people and pets, this is going to be the first. This is the first year that I channeled that I see so much change, up-leveling, quantum leaping, new paths, being in new territory we've never even seen or done before. So we're also in Aquarius times. We haven't been in Aquarius times. Aquarius times started in 2025, January 20th. We were in Pisces times for the last 2,000 years, over 2,000 years, since before Jesus times. And so this has really, shifted our energy into something totally new. And so the old paradigms, the structures, all those that I said that would be leaving in 2025, I mean, it just was like a wrecking ball came in and cleared it out. So let's talk about this. We're still in the tail end of, when I'm filming this, what day is today? Oh, today's Christmas Eve. How can I forget this? Yeah, Christmas Eve. So December 24th. And we have, we're still in the tail end of the snake, the year of the snake. So snake is about shedding our skin. I'm sure many of you have gone through my own letting go this year. We've learned so many lessons. We've learned to let go. Our skin is shedding, and just not even within our life, on a global level too. Look at all the structures and everything just being knocked out. So we're going to continue on that for another month. I'm sure all of you have been hearing about the year of the fire horse. All of us are excited, obviously me too, because I am a horse whisperer and a pet psychic, so I love animals. And we're going to talk about this too on what I see with that. But that's not starting till February 17th. So we still have the shedding of the skin still in that tail end, like in the very end of the shedding the skin. So you could still be finishing some things up, or you could be letting go of people. The biggest thing, I posted this on my Facebook, would tell everybody too, I keep up to date there, do a lot of lives and stuff too, so make sure to follow me on Facebook, which you can go to my website, vickie-miller.com, and get on there. But the biggest thing I asked about, and this is the question you want to ask right now in your life, what was the biggest lesson that you learned in 2025? Because we always learn lessons. There's no way. Earth is here for us to upgrade and go through lessons. If we just came on Earth and everything was wonderful and we were gazillionaires from the very beginning and everything was wonderful, we wouldn't upgrade. We wouldn't learn lessons. We wouldn't shift out of things. We wouldn't upgrade. So yeah, those things that were probing you, telling you, you need to move out of this. That's what 2025 was. It was about the indoctrinated systems, the places you didn't put up boundaries and you needed to put up boundaries. And the common theme I saw from my own life, which I've been working on myself 25 years, I work on myself too. I'm an energy healer. So of course I call myself out on my own stuff and I work on it. But the biggest thing I did for me was boundaries. I've been working on boundaries pretty much my whole life. But this was the year that I worked on boundaries with the people that I loved, my friendships, my loved ones, even my children. And I learned so much with boundaries, and the hardest people, the people that are going to probe us and frustrate us and are always the catalyst to step us into our power and to learn lessons. And I think, and I posted this on Facebook, and many of you said the same thing. You were like, boundaries. I learned boundaries, and I learned to bring it back to me and self-love. And so that's what I feel 2025 really was about, because in order for you to shed skin, you had to go through you had to go through that crappy relationship, you had to go through that crappy job, and you had to say enough. I can't do this anymore. The other thing to know that we also are leaving the people-pleasing time. So people-pleasing time means you got to take off that mask and live authentically, which is really hard for a lot of people, because we were born and raised that you have to, be in that whole mentality of giving to somebody else. You got to make them happy before you make yourself happy. It's not okay to make yourself happy, because then you're selfish. Like, you can't do that. I'm a mom. I have 5 children. I know this very well. And to give to yourself is a lot. But actually, the opposite is true, because if you're not happy, and we all know the saying, when mama's happy, everybody's happy, right? So we all know that saying. So you have to fill your cup first, and then you have so much more to give. But we were actually taught the opposite. So that's one thing too. I saw the common denominator this year was people leaving the relationships, the jobs, everything that was suffocating them. And especially for women more than men, I'm going to say. I mean, some men too have some hard times on this, but definitely more women, because we play in the rules and we get indoctrinated, and we're just natural nurturers. We're ones that want to heal and help other people. That's just naturally what a woman does. That's why we're the mom. We have the kids. We have them in our belly. So with this, it's harder for moms or women to leave toxic relationships, or to leave that job or whatever it is, because they want to make it better, and they give to everybody else. So that's what this whole year was about. Was 2025 was all about clearing out the old. And we're still in the tail end of it. Okay, so you could still be going through this. So if you are going through letting go of something, especially trauma, toxic energy, trauma bond, it's not easy. I know that. So kudos to you. Pat yourself on your back and really give yourself, some self-love, because you've gone through it, and I know this. But you're going to up level, and especially in 2026, if you continue on this, because the fact is, and the truth is, me being a health intuitive, I will tell you, we can no longer live a role or a not living authentically. We are taking off the mask, and that's what 2025 all was about. It was not pretending anymore, and it was really getting into feeling. And I talked about this recently with someone else too, about my horses. Let's talk about my horses. Me being a horse whisperer is one of my passions. I do all animals, but I've been working with horses for a long time. And if you don't know about horses, I just want to share this information with you, because we are moving into the year of the fire horse. And I thought it was really interesting, because it mirrors the people. And just so you know, all pets mirror their owners. 80% of what's wrong with the pet is wrong with their owner. Even a horse that's outside, it doesn't matter. Whatever, if they have an allergy, if they have thyroid issues, guarantee if they have thyroid issues or Cushing's, the owner does. And the owner might not have the symptoms because the pet's taking it on, but once the pet leaves, it's going to do that. And I'm sure many of you guys have pets where they have the Cushing's or thyroid issues, and then if you have horses, many of them have it. This is the reason why. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting that I saw in 2025, more than pretty much any year that I've ever, done readings on horses, or they're feeling. So this is all of us. We're all starting to feel. So we've been in this robotic time of living where we're just a robot. Like, we get up and do coffee, go to work, like it's read the newspaper. We're just in like this, we're on self-cruise. We're just on cruise control. It's just, we're not feeling, we're not like, I don't really feel like doing this job anymore. Like, it's not growing my heart and soul. Or this relationship, I've just been on auto cruise because I really don't want to deal with something. I'm in denial. So we haven't been feeling. So now we're starting to feel, and feeling is getting into our heart space, because feeling is actually being authentic. And that's what we're moving into in 2026. It's being authentic. The most highest form of energy, of frequency you can have, is being authentic. When you're authentic, life on, like, power on, you will become a badass manifester. And so knowing that that's what we're moving into, and what I started seeing with my horses were, think about a horse has, and I work with performance horses and eventing horses, and horses, they're big. They're not just out in the farm, they're out in the barn. They're sporting horses, and people are on their saddles and they're using them. The hunters and jumpers are jumping them. They're doing dressage. They're doing something with them. And so the saddle's on their back, and saddles are always my nemesis anyways, because if the saddle can just be jolted just even a little bit, or the wrong saddle, it can do so many things in the horse. And in the old days, the horse would just like really not feel it. So it'd be like, all right, like I can do this. Well, now I started realizing this year, I'm like, oh my God, these horses are really, really, really feeling the saddle, and the saddle doesn't feel good to them. And the saddle is causing all these issues where it could have done that in the past, but they're starting to feel more because the sensitivity of the energy. And if you haven't known this too yourself, is you're starting to feel energy. You're starting to be more emotional. You're starting to be overwhelmed in the crazy busy places. You're starting to feel, you're starting to be in touch with your desires, touch with your emotions, where before we just like lived this robotic life, right? Because we're getting authentic. We're taking off the mask. We're getting authentic. So I thought it was very interesting how this year I started seeing these with the horses. The first, I'm an animal communicator too, so the horses will tell me, they're like, I hate my saddle, or my saddle needs to move higher, or my saddle needs to move here. And I was just like, interesting. They're starting to feel just like people, just like us. We're feeling now. So it's a pretty cool time because now we get to feel. Now, if you haven't been feeling and you've been a people pleaser and now you're like, crap, this relationship really sucks. What am I to do with it? Well, I got to stay in it for the kids, or I got to stay in it for the money, or I got to stay in it for this reason. But then your heart and your authentic, your mask is saying, no, we got to come off. Like we can't live this lie anymore. And that's exactly what it is. The living the lies, the not putting up the boundaries, those are all ending. And your body and your health is going to be reacting to you like crazy. So your nervous system, which we've always heard about nervous systems. I wrote the book Manifest Anything You Want in 30 Days back in 2010. It got published in 2011. I was the Hay House Winners, Movers and Shakers Winners Award. That seems so like long ago. I mean, it is. It's 2011. But back then, manifesting wasn't a buzzword. Now it's a buzzword. Now everybody knows manifesting. Nobody knew it back then. But the whole big thing is we're starting to feel, and we're starting to live this life of feeling. And before, we lived in just this indoctrinated system, being told what to do, told what to believe. Those days are gone, guys. Like, hallelujah. Thank God. I'm excited. But it's still not always easy when you were brought up a certain way and were told to do something, and now you're like, it's kind of like the wild child. And you could get really, really mad because right now you're waking up. We're having this huge awakening. We're having all this energy being flooded in, huge awakening. And you're starting to feel, you're starting to sense, your intuition's coming 100% on. It's always been there, but you haven't been listening to it. So now you're like, oh, yeah, like I feel it. I see it. I'm having these dreams. I'm feeling this. Energy doesn't lie. The minute you meet a person, their energy tells you everything, right? Now, this is where you got to listen to your energy. So if you meet somebody and you start clamming up and you're like this and you pull yourself back, think of children. Children are very easy because they haven't learned all this stuff. They go where they feel great and they pull back from strangers that they don't feel good. They're reading their energy. Same thing with animals. Animals do the same thing. So why haven't we been doing this as adults? Because we've been programmed. So we're going to start continuing to feel this. We're going to continue to feel in 2026. I see just this huge awakening, this psychic abilities, everything coming in like this huge download where we're going to start trusting it more. And the thing is your body is going to talk to you, your health's going to talk to you. And if you're living unauthentically, is that a word? And authentically. If you're not living authentically, how's that? If you're not living authentically, your body's going to be reacting. That nervous system is going to be like, and it's going to be a high, and you're going to be trying to protect yourself, or you're going to be frustrated, or you're going to be all over the place. Your body is going to be telling you, and it's going to manifest into your health. So if you're continuing to stay in that relationship, the job, whatever it is, and you're like, no, I just got to suck it up for another month. You know how many people I hear this all the time? Oh, when I get our house built, then we'll not, we'll get out of the marriage. It's not going to happen because that's not going to happen because it's not in your highest good anyways. So this is the time where we're going to be living authentically. And if we don't live authentically, it's going to be really hard not to live authentically. I'm just going to say, because if you're in that job that's not meant to be, you'll get fired or you'll quit, whatever it is. If you're in that home where things will start pushing you out. I see this all the time with my clients. I had this client and she was in California during COVID times. And I told her, I said, you are not staying here. She was born and raised. And if you guys don't know, I lived in California. I lived in Santa Barbara. I lived all over Ojai, Montecito, Summerlin. I lived in magical, beautiful places in California. And it was beautiful until it got ridiculously expensive. And in COVID. So then I moved to Florida. But I remember telling her, I'm like, yeah, your house, like she had all these issues with her house, like flooding that breaks. And I'm like, you are moving out. I see you moving to Colorado. Oh, well, I can't move to Colorado until whatever date it was. I'm like, yeah, well, the universe is going to be talking to you. Moving sooner than that. Oh no, I'm not moving sooner than that. And, all this stuff started just happening in her house. Everything started breaking so much so her top floor, I remember it was a villa between two places. Her top floor, just like the whole water and the whole ceiling just concaved and like fell out. Guess what? She's like, I'm moving. I'm like, I know. I knew you were moving. So what's going to happen is the universe is going to get so loud, probe you, frustrate you, piss you off if you don't move. Like that's where, or whatever out of your life. If you don't move out of the relationship, you don't move out there. And so next year, 2026, it's going to be on fire. We are moving into the fire horse, right? The horse fire. So think fire. It's going to be that. That's not until February 17th. So the first, we're moving the first, but I do feel that karma's clearing the 2025, karma's ancestral healing, done. The tail end here in January, done. Thank God, right? Past lives, all that crap. We got to start fresh. 2026 is numerology number 1. It is a fresh new year. So I want you to even think about right now, opening that door of what do you want to call into your life? What is the energy? Now, the whole energy of the whole year, I tapped into the energy. It's going to be fast, passion, vibrant, and quantum leaping. I mean, that's fantastic. But you got to be ready for that. So if you want to be on that level and manifest amazing stuff, you got to let go of your baggage right now. You got to really work on your emotional stuff, and you got to get rid of the things that you're not living authentically. So that means you can't stay in that relationship anymore. You already know it's done. Just do it. Get out of it. And if you do that, it's going to be amazing, like amazing. 2026 is going to be, the universe is going to come in and say, you did your job. You listened. You got out of fear. You trusted, because that's where next year's all going to be about trust. I see this new pathway for us to come in. You want to think everything new, like nothing's the same. Everything's new. You have this new pathway. You're going to want new friends. You're going to want new clients. You're going to want a new job. You're going to want a new life. You're going to want a new hairstyle. You're going to want new. I already got my new hairstyle. You're going to want new. Because it's a new you, a new vibration, new frequency. And it's a new frequency within the world, because we're moving into the year of the horse fire. So we already did the shedding. So now we have the fire. Fire is wonderful for clearing out. Now, I do see major fires. I see lots of fires. No matter where you're at, I see a lot of droughts. We've already have a drought here in Florida. So yes, we are going to have fires. I also see kabang. The volcanoes, the weather, everything's going to be very heavy and not heavy, powerful. I love to live around powerful energies. I love the earthquake grids. I've lived all of them. I love that energy. I love the volcanoes. But you're not going to want to be around them. I do feel Yellowstone, the places that I'm seeing a lot of hot spots for, because I do feel volcanoes erupting underneath the ground too, in the water. And I see them on the outside. So the ring of fire, think of it. It's called the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire goes all the way up California, around to Japan, I think to Chile, and down and around. There's going to be fires all over, but the Ring of Fire is where we're really going to have to watch it, because I just see volcano, earthquake. I just see like, and then you're going to have the tsunamis that follow that, because then you have the water that comes up. So this is probably going to happen. I'm actually feeling pretty soon, into December, January, even though we're not in the Ring of Fire yet, or we're not in the Horse Fire yet. But I feel each month is probably going to be more and more, especially by summer. Summer, there's going to be fires all over. So fires burn away and clear out, right? So you want to think of like, what do you want to put on fire, meaning energetically? What do you want to blaze that trail to expand, to bring that passion? You step into passion this year, which is a passion year. So why wouldn't you want to be in your passion? So it doesn't mean you have to have like tons of passion every day. Just do one little thing, and then that little thing that brings you so much passion will ignite, and it'll just start bringing you into more and more passion throughout your life. And then that passion will go and spread into your job, and it'll spread into your relationships, and it'll spread into everything. So it's first you got to do a you, and you got to take off the mask. And when you take off the mask, because you're going to want to take off the mask, your nervous system is going to be so freaking high. We're going to have to really work with grounding, because the energy is just going to be so big. I just see so much going in and coming in throughout the whole entire planet that it's seriously, I even feel buzzing in our ears. I feel we're going to hear buzzing. You're going to hear new things. I see new things in the sky. So I feel we're going to see UFOs and new things, and they're going to be in our face. Even right now as I'm looking, I see UFOs like literally in our face. We're going to see new things. We're going to see new things in the ocean, new animals. I even see a lot of ancient stuff, like ancient alien stuff. We're going to literally see and discover. I'm seeing a lot of giants too. We're going to discover more about the giants and about the ancient civilization. Think of Machu Picchu. Think of, all of Easter Island. I so want to go to Easter Island. Like, just so cool. Like how all those are. Where do you think they came from? Aliens. Like Egyptian and pyramids, aliens. I even see all the pyramids coming alive too. So there's something with the pyramids that are going to ignite and come to life with the sun. Think about fire and sun. So this probably would be more around summer, but I do feel I'm seeing, like I see all these. I wish I could show people in my head. I'm seeing all these pyramids light up around the sun. So probably summer solstice. Summer solstice is in June 21st, June 2021st. So we're going to see like explosion, expansive. So there will be literally a lot of explosions. It could be car explosions. It could be volcanoes. It could be, I do feel some volcanoes. And the hot spots that I'm seeing, Alaska, California, Washington, Yellowstone, Canada, Vermont, Mississippi River, all the way around down there. Florida is going to be a big one. And then I'm seeing kind of like Japan, Russia. So back to Ring of Fire. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, it's going to be all around there. But we're going to see earthquakes and fires in places that aren't normal too. What do fires do? They like burn away a lot. It'll probably be in the summers, probably especially around Lionsgate. Lionsgate's 8/8, so it feels like it's going to be a lot of expanding. So just heads up on that. I'd rather have a hurricane than a fire. I've been through all of them. I do not like fires. I was in the Thomas Fire in Santa Barbara. I was actually in Summerlin then. It went past my house. I had to evacuate. Came back past my house. So I had to evacuate again. I mean, it was like a whole month of a crap show of all the stuff going on. So heads up to you for that. Okay, so fires are not fun, as many of you guys know. But know that, just be aware. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition is going to be speaking. The other thing I see is government. Tons of government changes. Okay, and I also see oust. I get the oust. So truth will be coming to light. That means there's so much stuff. So if you guys don't know this, everything is, the whole government, the whole Hollywood, all sports, all of this is so corrupt and rigged. And I'm not going to say a lot here because, I'm on here, but it's all the same. No matter which side you're on, all the same. So I do feel that we're going to have a lot of light to that, and we're going to get more division. So we're going to get division with people, because when the truth comes out, people get irritated. They get mad, right? So we're going to see a lot more with that. I don't know, I'm getting something with oil. Interesting. I feel there's going to be more oil. I don't know why I just saw that. So interesting. I feel Texas is going to be I don't know. I see Texas being a part of this too. Interesting. The other thing I see is twin flames, soulmates, and a new tribe. So if it comes to relationships, if it comes to you being single, knowing this is the year that I feel, if you're wanting someone, some people are happily single. I've been happily single for a long time, so I totally understand. So if you're wanting a relationship though, I do feel people kind of just like your tribe, and it could be just friendships. It could be whatever. They're just like, we're going to vibrate at such this high frequency. They're just going to land in your lap. A lot of fun, a lot of passion, a lot of laughter. I see this year too. Thank God. Because we have the shedding going down and out, right? Money. I feel like this is going to be a big money year for many of you. And you put your leadership, right? This is a huge year for you to step into your leadership. So you're going to feel more powerful. You're going to get out of that snaky stuff because you're taking off your mask and you're like, I'm freaking powerful. I'm stepping in my power. I'm getting out of this fear and I'm going to feel better. We're going to feel lighter and we're going to want to feel lighter. So we're going to keep on eating and craving the food. Now drink tons of water. This is a year you want to drink a ton of water because think of it, fire, right? And fire burns up water. And you know, Florida's also coming to, I live in Florida. I'm looking for a house in the mountains. Yeah, Florida, I know many of you come in, they're going to ask me about Florida. Yeah, Florida's going to have a lot of fires. We'll know more about that the closer we get to. So just giving you guys heads up because we normally have the opposite. But there's going to be a lot of weather changes as we go forward because we are coming in such this big energy. I mean, if you think of just like explosive energy coming to the earth, and that's what I see as this waves, is just this wave of energy and quantum leaping. Like it's no longer taking you 20 years to get somewhere. It's going to take you like 6 months, a month, a year. Like it's not like what it used to be. It's like fast. Okay. It's going to be harder to be grounded too. So it's going to be really important for you to be grounded. Fire signs, be ready. You're going to be like, whoa, you literally could be hot and your nervous system's going to go crazy. I do not have my watch on right now because it's charging. My wave watch is one of my favorite things. It's a frequency watch. It's on my website, vickie-miller.com, and you save $100 on the link. Highly suggest it. It has 1,000 different frequencies. It's going to be a must, especially next year. It has emotions, it has parasite, it has thyroid, it has even grow men's hair. It's crazy. It has everything on there. And it's also great for animals because I use it for that too. So whatever you can do to get, and frequency is the way of the new world. So frequency heals. Been working with frequency for so long. And we're also going to be moving more into spirituality and into alternative energy because alternative is what works. So the herbs, the healing. I've had my own tea line for 15 years. Herbs are God's medicine. So simple. That's why they're here. So we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more. I even see more inventions. I see more like frequency things like that, like more invention, things we've never seen before. We're going to see things we've never seen in this air. Animals, plants. I mean, we're going to see maybe in a medium. Every day I've been seeing things. I'm like, I've never seen that thing before. I've never seen that kind of spirit before. I've never seen that energy before. And that's what we're going to do. And then you guys that aren't normally used to seeing spirits or that haven't been, you know, you're usually not used to listening to your intuition. It's going to kick on like high form. So don't be aware, like just be aware if you're walking around and you're like, wow, I thought I saw something. Absolutely. The energy world of heaven, which is really just a different dimension, and earth is all merging and there's no more curtains. So you're going to feel more, you're going to see more, you're going to sense more. It's going to be really important to take more alone time, downtime, nature time, breathe, breath, energy time, energy clearings, all those things that make you feel good. And that's the other thing I want to leave this with is if it doesn't make you feel good, don't do it. Like you're going to really lean into this place makes me feel good. These people make me feel good. Like this is where I want to be. And you're really going to be okay with saying no to the things that the boundaries. You're going to be like, yeah, not doing this. It doesn't make me feel good. And you're going to be okay with saying no. That's going to be the difference. In the past, you might have been like, now you're going to be like, I am protecting. And that's the biggest thing is keep protecting your energy. I've been an energy healer for so many years, and I will tell you, your energy is the most important energy. So protecting it means being in the energy and environment that makes you feel amazing and staying out of the energy and environment that doesn't make you feel amazing. If you clench your shoulders up and you're like, oh my God, and you're protecting your heart center, that is your indication that person, that situation, whatever it is, isn't good for you. Same thing with what you listen to, what you see, what you listen to. Just recently, I saw this, I'm bringing this up. Paranormal circus. It's evil, it's Satan, it's crazy. And people are going to see this, and I'm like, do they not understand? And you got to understand this with everything. Anything you say, okay, I'll go see, I'll go hear, you're opening the doors and you're saying, come on into my life, come on into my energy. And this paranormal circus is like evil. It's creepy, 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 creepier than hell. I was like, this looks just like the gates of hell. And people are going to that and paying for it. Do they not know they're being a part of the ritual? It's Satan worship and they're being a part of it. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God. So knowing that what you open the doors to is coming into your energy field. This is what you listen to. This is if you listen to gossip, drama, people bitching about each other, that's what you get, right? So don't. You want to expand your energy. And if you do that, 2026 is going to rock. You are going to be, by the end of 2026, I just see this, it's like 20 years crammed in like one day. That's how fast things are going to start moving. And that's how fast we can manifest. And that's how fast your life can change. And it all starts up here. Your energy, your attitude, your thoughts, your stories, they're really going to be magnified. And so whatever you're bringing into this new year, be thinking that, because it's also setting the tone for the next 9 years. So you want to be authentic. And that's as simple as you have to do is wake up in the morning and say, am I being authentic? How can I be more authentic to myself today? What can I be more authentic to? See what shows up for you. All right. I think that's it for now. I'm trying to think, I went over everything. Health. Oh, yeah, your health. Health is going to get better because you're going to start listening. Now, if you start listening to, if that pain, like the other day I had a pain in my neck. I'm like, all right, what is this pain in the neck? Who's the pain in my neck? Why do I have this pain in my neck? And I got my answer. I'm like, all right, I got to let go of this pain in my neck. I started breathing into it. I knew the answer. I had to clear it out. And it's so cool because that's how fast we can heal ourselves. So energy healings will become so much easier, so much faster. My school, Magical University, I will be opening up the next students in the spring. We're still closing out them right now. And it's a 6-month certification program. I'm so happy teaching now because it's so easy to teach now. Like when I started 15 years ago, it was just different. But now you're like, people just can heal like this. It's amazing. And we're only going to continue to have that. And so drinking tons of water, getting grounded as much as you can, which means going outside, walking, eating rooted vegetables, drinking tea. I'm obsessed with my holiday chair tea. And hopefully we can have that year round because I'm obsessed with it. I have my own tea line, and not only are my teas amazing, they're organic and they're sound infused, and we intention infuse them, and they're yummy. And the holiday one really is grounding, and you want to work with that. Ginger is going to be a great herb too for next year too. So I'm looking forward to this year, the year of the horse. Obviously horses are one of my favorite animals, so it's going to be really fun. And think of a horse. That's all you have to do is think of a horse. A horse is in their body, their freedom. They don't put up with crap. They have no fear. They can be kind of all over the place. They can be wild, right? And you're going to want to be like that. Like next year, don't be surprised. And the more you can just be like, yeah, I want to try this new thing. I want to do this over here. Nothing the same. Nothing the same. And you leave yourself like open the space. Don't have to be doing this by this time or go by this time or do this. It's like more open the space. Let your wild child out to play. And if you do that, you're going to love 2026. And your wild child is going to show you new things, bring you new places, light your passion up, and light this new trail for you to experience. And who knows? You may go to the moon. Allow it to happen. All right, wishing you all amazing 2026. Would love to help you in any way. Vickie-Miller.com and my Manifesting Magic group if you want to learn how to manifest more. Love it. I'm on there 3 times a week. Going live, bring you guys on. Everybody's manifesting amazing stuff, so make sure to check that out. I will have a goddess retreat. You guys have asked me about that. That won't be till the spring. I'm thinking February, March. We'll see. Ooh, it would be kind of fun. The fire horse one, the time in February. We'll see if that shows up. That's only a couple months away. Anyways, just make sure you get on my newsletter list because that's where I keep you all updated on where I'll be and what I'm doing and what the energy is going to be. All right. Have a magical day.